It's just so weird making this video today because I can see an entire generation of new grads getting absolutely cooked in the job market because of the information that I'm about to deliver to you guys in today's video. So imagine this, you basically did everything right. You went to a competitive college, you got the degree, maybe even some internship, maybe some honor classes, right? And now you're basically sitting there refreshing LinkedIn, applying to 2,000, 3,000 jobs, getting ghosted. And the crazy part is that this isn't happening to a select few people. It's actually happening to millions of young grads right now, and the reason is going to shock you. It's not what everyone is telling you. It's not just AI. It's not just too many people competing for too few jobs. It's something deeper that's going on, and that's what we're going to take a look at in this video. And once you understand it, you'll never look at the job market the same way. So let's start with the numbers. Right now, the official numbers say that about 5.5% of college grads aged between 22 to 27 are unemployed, right? That's the official number. And that might not sound huge because here's what matters. This is one of the toughest job markets since the pandemic. The entry level hiring is basically flat or declining, and almost half of graduates are underemployed, meaning that they're working jobs that don't even need a degree. So now pause for a second, because imagine spending 4 years and tens of thousands of dollars just to end up working a job you didn't need a college degree for, right? At this point, I wouldn't even call it a failure. I would basically call it a system problem. Because here's the unexpected reason that most people aren't even talking about. So we're in something called as a low hire, low fire economy. What does that mean? It basically means that companies are not firing people, but they're also not hiring new ones. And this is happening in many other companies, and there are freezes. So think about it like this. There are chairs in the job market, and before people would leave jobs, new chairs opened and new grads sat down on those chairs. Right now, what's happening is that nobody's leaving their seats, meaning that there are no chairs available. So, new grads, they're just standing there, right, waiting. And the economists are literally saying that there's just a general slowdown in hiring and less churn. So, less churn or no churn means no opportunity for these new grads. And here's where it gets a little scary. So in a recession, people get fired and companies panic, and then hiring kind of rebounds. But in this case, it's a little bit different because this is a frozen job market. And even recent data shows that hiring rates are at a 12-year low. So only about 1 in 4 graduates think that this is a good time to get a job. And so what's happening at a corporate level? Well, companies are basically playing defense. They're thinking that why hire a risky junior when you can just keep our current team? And that brings us to the next problem, that everyone keeps saying that AI is taking jobs. But that's not the full truth, because the real impact of AI is a little bit more subtle. It doesn't eliminate all jobs. It basically eliminated the reason to hire beginners. So think about it like this. Entry-level jobs used to include things like data entry, basic coding, research, reports. But now what's happening? AI basically does all of that instantly. So companies think, why hire a junior when one senior plus AI can do everything? And the data kind of supports this shift because jobs that are exposed to AI are already declining for young workers. And the crazy stat is that 59% of young workers now believe that AI threatens their careers. And the twist is that AI didn't really destroy these jobs. It basically removed the training ground. So let's talk about something that every graduate experiences. So you apply for a job, you click on it, and it says entry level, but the fine print says it requires 2 to 3 years of experience. That's not really entry level job by any means, right? And this is called as an experience paradox. So companies want experienced workers, but they don't want to train new ones. And this problem is just getting worse because companies skipped hiring for years, and now they only want mid-level talent. But guess what? That mid-level talent doesn't exist because nobody trained them. So the system is kind of broken in a loop where there's no entry-level hiring, which means that there's no future experienced workers, which means that there are even few opportunities to go around. But here's another uncomfortable truth. We were told that go to college and you'll get a job. But today, that's basically not guaranteed because every year over 2 million people graduate with degrees, but the jobs, well, they're not growing at the same pace. And this creates something called as oversupply of graduates because what happens is that there is higher supply than demand, which means that value eventually drops. And that's why some degree holders now have higher unemployment than non degree workers. So let that sink in for a second because a degree is no longer a guaranteed advantage for you. And here's something that people just completely miss: the economy is shifting from a degree based hiring to a skill based hiring. And that's what we are seeing over and over again, that more people are going into trades, more people are going to get certifications, more people are freelancing. And even the data shows this, that trade school enrollment is rising significantly because people are realizing that skills are way more important than degrees. And the deeper part is that this isn't just economic, it's kind of emotional because young graduates are describing the job search as soul crushing. And think about it, you apply, there's no response, you interview, you get ghosted, and then you try again, and then it's the same result over and over again, right? But after a while, it stops feeling like a job search and it starts feeling more like a rejection. But the honest truth is that this isn't temporary. This is kind of a structural shift at this point. I've talked about this in my other videos, you can watch them on my channel. But because companies are realizing that they don't need as many entry-level workers anymore, and at the same time, more people than ever are graduating. So basically what happens is that competition increases and opportunities shrink. And unless something changes significantly, this gap is only gonna get wider. But I'm not going to leave you all doom and gloom because there is an opportunity amongst all of this. Because while most people are stuck, some people are adapting to it, meaning that they're learning real world skills, building things, using AI instead of fearing it, and creating their own opportunities. The companies are still kind of hiring, but they're only hiring people who really stand out. So if you're struggling right now, just know that it's not just you. The system has basically changed. And the truth is that the people who understand the shift early are going to dominate the next decade. And those who don't, well, they're going to be asking themselves constantly, why can't I find a job? Why is the system doing this to me? And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave your thoughts in the comments, and share this video with people who are struggling out there because I know that there's a lot of you out there who are really struggling, who might need a little bit of encouragement. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel because I'm going to be posting very frequently. And share this video with people who could benefit from this. Maybe there are people, your friends, family members, whoever it may be, they're struggling out there. Make sure you share this video with those guys so they'll find some words of encouragement, and I'll see you in the next one.